Hello, church. Time for another fireside chat. I hope that you are doing well as we are now well and fully into Eastertide, the season of Easter. There are three big things that I want to give you an update about right now. The first is an update on our music discernment process. The second is an update about the changes on our campus, physical changes, tenant changes, those sorts of things. And then the third and final is our ongoing efforts to support our Asian neighbors and community in the whole effort to stop AAPI hate. And so I'll tell you more about all of those in turn. Let's start with our music discernment process. As I've shared with you before, we are in this 3-month period of music discernment as we ask questions about how does our community make music and how does music make our community? And so we're continuing that process. It's not finished yet. We're still having conversations. We've just finished up our small group conversations, and we're beginning to collate and tabulate and draw all together all the various streams and inputs we've received from so many of you, and I'm very, very grateful for that. If you still have things you would like to contribute to the music discernment process, please reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. We can we can email, we can text, we can chat on Zoom, we can meet out in the courtyard. There are many ways to share your thoughts, your feelings, your hopes, your dreams, your concerns about music in our community. Part of all of that is our changes into our music staffing. And so at the end of this month, we will be saying goodbye to Billy and Laura. They have been integral for years and years to the music in this place. And we are deeply, deeply grateful for them and their ministry with us. So we will be celebrating them in many different ways. On April 25th, the last Sunday they are with us, we will have a special video tribute. And if you would like to participate in that, please reach out and let us know. We'll connect you with the right folks. There are ways to give financially as well. If you go to our website, stjudes.org/donate, you can find ways there to contribute directly to Billy or Laura, or obviously both. And then the staff will be doing a special celebratory thank you lunch on the last staff meeting we have with them on April 27th. So all of that stuff is happening, and you're welcome to participate in many different ways and reach out to us in the office if you would like to know more. We have been since January advertising for a music production coordinator, a 10-hour-a-week staff position that would help us as an interim during this time of COVID as we wrestle with how do we make music during COVID, right? And so we have been advertising for that position. We have had several folks who are interested, and we have been in the interview process with one person in particular, and we are nearing the end, hopefully, of that process. And so we'll have more to say about that in the coming days and weeks. Again, that is an interim position, just someone who will help us in this transitory period of time. Much like an interim rector comes between rectors, this interim music person would be here as we make this shift and transition. Our goal and our hope and my fervent desire is in the future, after this interim process, is for us to have long-term music leadership. And we're still figuring out what that's going to look like and how that's going to unfold, but that is a desire of mine, and I know our vestries as well, and you'll see more about that in the coming weeks and months ahead, but just that gives you a bit of the lay of the land. Part of that, of course, means choir and organ, and all of those things are not going away. How they look, especially during this interim period, might be a little different than they have been. But we're not getting rid of the choir. We're not doing away with the organ. Both of those things will continue to be part of our worshiping life together. But how are all of the ways that we get to make music together? How do children make music with us? How do our youth and young adults make music with us? How do we do that together as a community, especially as COVID has wrought such changes in our worshiping life together? So all of that's happening, all of that's unfolding. I know that change is hard. I know it is hard, but hang in there. We can make it through this together. I know that we can. If you have any questions, any concerns, reach out to me, please. I would love to hear from you. Absolutely. Second update, changes to our physical campus. If you happen to come onto campus, you will probably notice some changes that are unfolding as we shift tenants around and make room for new tenants and all of that. I won't get into all the details, but just so you know that when you come to campus, whenever that may be, if you haven't yet in a year, you will notice there are changes afoot, and these are good things for us as a community. We have signed leases with Tessellations, Live Oak, Links, and One Stop. All of those have signed leases, and all of those organizations will be coming onto campus sometime in the next several months, some as early as August, and some maybe a little bit later, maybe even some in May or June. We're still working out the details. COVID, of course, is dictating so much of that. But all of them have signed leases, and they are in the process of coming back and being in relationship with us in new ways, which we're super excited about. It's not just about having income. It's about how do we serve this broader community that we're called to love and to serve. So making our space available for them is part of that. Of course, we have a relationship with Full Gospel Church, and they are not ready to come back yet. We've reached out to them, we're in conversation with them, and they would like to come back at some point, but they're just not ready yet. And so that will happen sometime in the future. We're just not quite there yet. That leads us to the last bit of update. If you come to campus, you will notice right on our corner, and I'll put a photo of this up in this video so you can see it. Hopefully you're looking at it right now. We have a brand new banner letting our neighbors know that we stand with our Asian neighbors of the Asian community here in Cupertino and in the Bay Area. There has been so much AAPI, Asian American Pacific Islander, violence and hate crimes in this last year especially. And we had a forum just this past Sunday moderated by our parishioner Irene Kwok, who did a beautiful job, and we heard voices from our Asian community, and it was a wonderful thing. That is recorded and it is on our website, and so I encourage you to go check that out if you were not able to attend. It was very well done. So in addition to our banner, our forum, we hosted a vigil, and we have been participating in the rallies that have happened around us here in the Bay Area to lend our support, our voices, our presence as we seek to love our neighbors, because that's what we're called to do. And the Asian American Pacific Islander folks are our neighbors and are our parishioners, and they're part of our community. They are us. And so we stand together in solidarity. So 3 big announcements: ongoing music discernment, changes to our campus, and our ongoing efforts of social justice in stopping AAPI hate. If you have any questions about any of that stuff, let me know. I would love to chat with you. For now, peace to you, and have a great rest of your day.